Good morning students, welcome back to my fourth lecture. So, first of all we will discuss some questions how to insert irrational numbers between two given numbers. So the question is find two irrational numbers between 2 and 3. So to insert irrational numbers between two given numbers, so we have to multiply the given numbers, that is the number given is 2 and 3. So if we multiply we get the value 6. So here we can say that 6 is not a perfect square. So the method for insertion of irrational number is we have to multiply both the given numbers, and if the result comes a number which is not a perfect square, then root of that number will be the irrational number between 2 and 3. So we got the first irrational number between 2 and 3. So this is the irrational number between 2 and 3. Now we have to insert, here it is asked two irrational numbers, so only one is inserted. Now we can insert a irrational number in between 2 and root 6. So again we will do the multiplication. So 2 multiplied by root 6 will be 2 root 6. So again this is not a perfect square. So since 2 root 6 is not a perfect square, so this is so under root of this value will be again an irrational number. Irrational number between 2 and root 6. So the two inserted irrational numbers are under root 2 root 6 and under root 6. Now suppose we have to insert an irrational number between 3 and 4. So here we have to insert one irrational number between 3 and 4. So we will just multiply this 3 and 4. So we got 12. So this 12 is not a perfect square. So root 12 will be the irrational number, or we can express like, we'll do the prime factorization. So from here we can say that it is under root 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3. So from 2, here we can take out 1 2, it is 2 root 3. So this 2 root 3 is an irrational number between 3 and 4. Now the next question is, so here the question is insert two rational numbers and two irrational numbers between root 3 and root 7. So to insert rational numbers or irrational numbers, first we have to take the square of the given two numbers. So here given root 3. So square of root 3 will be 3 and square of root 7 will be 7. So to insert rational numbers, so we have to consider those numbers in between 3 and 7 whose square which is a perfect square. So can we take 3.24? You can check that 3.24 is a square of 1.8. This is a square of 1.8. Similarly we can take another number also like 3.61. This is square of 1.9. Similarly we can take value 4. It is simply a square of 2. We can take 4.41, which is also a square of 2.1. We can take 4.84, which is square of 2.2. Okay. We can take 5.29, which is square of 2.3. We can take 5.76. It is a square of 2.4. Similarly we can take 6.25, it is square of 2.5. So there are so many numbers, 3.61, 4, 4.41 and so on. So these are the perfect square which comes between 3 and 7. So if we take the square root of any of these numbers, that will come under rational numbers. So we can take the square root of any of these. So square root of 3.24 will be 1.8, square root of 3.61 will be 1.9, and so on. So these are the rational numbers, that is 1.8, 1.9, 2, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4 and 2.5. So these are the rational numbers which comes between 3 and 7. But here in the question you are asked only two rational numbers. So you can choose any of the two rational numbers. I am choosing, let's suppose, 2 and 2.3. So 2 and 2.3 can be considered as a rational numbers between root 3 and root 7. Now I'll talk about how to insert irrational numbers. But before I proceed, just a simple recall how to insert rational numbers. First we have to take the square of the given numbers. So square root of square of root 3 will be 3 and square of root 7 will be 7. Now we have to consider those numbers between 3 and 7 which are perfect square. So these are the numbers which are perfect square. So square root of any of these numbers will be the rational numbers. Okay, so now we will deal with irrational numbers. So to insert irrational numbers, here also we have to consider the square of both the given numbers. So square of root 3, 3, square of root 7, 7. Now we have to consider numbers between 3 and 7, those numbers which are not the perfect square. Like we can consider 5 and 6. So here we can see that 5 is not a perfect square and 6 is also not a perfect square. So square root of 5 and square root of 6 will be the irrational numbers between 3 and 7. So these are the solution. Now we will discuss more about irrational numbers. So the first is the negative of any irrational numbers is always irrational number. Like root 2 is an irrational number. So if we put negative in front, so this will also be the irrational numbers. Like root 5 is an irrational number, then negative of root 5 is also an irrational number. So this is the first point, that negative of any irrational number is always irrational. Now the second is the sum of a rational and an irrational number is always irrational. Like if we consider 2, so 2 is a rational number, and if we add root 2 to it, then this rational plus irrational will be collectively irrational. Like we take another example, 25 plus root 7. So here 25 is rational and root 7 is irrational. So this rational plus irrational will be irrational. So this is first, that the negative of an irrational number is always irrational. Here the sum of rational and irrational is always irrational. Now the third is the product of a non-zero rational number. Like suppose we have a number 5. So here 5 is non-zero rational number, and we consider another value, another irrational number, root 2. So if we do the product of rational and irrational, we get value 5 root 2. So this 5 root 2 is also an irrational number. So the point is the product of rational and irrational is always irrational. Now few things to note. So note 1. Here it is the sum of two irrational numbers may or may not be irrational. Means it is not always necessary that the sum of irrational numbers is always irrational. It can be rational, it cannot be rational, that is it can be irrational. If we take 3 plus root 5, so here 3 plus root 5 is rational or irrational? So we have already discussed that rational plus irrational is irrational. So here 3 plus root 5 is irrational, and if we add 6 minus root 5 to it, so this 6 minus root 5 is rational or irrational? Here again 6 is rational and root 5 is irrational, but the sum of 6 and root 5, that is, it is irrational. So this is the first irrational number and this is the another irrational number. So if we add both the irrational numbers, we will get this root 5 and root 5 will be cancelled, and this 6 plus 3 will be 9. So this irrational plus irrational is rational. So it is always not necessary that it always comes irrational. It can come rational also. Like here we can see it is coming irrational. Here it is coming rational number. If we take another example, root 7 minus 3 minus 23, and if we add, this is an irrational number. If we take another irrational number, root 2 plus 23, so here this minus 23 and plus 23 will be cancelled, so we'll get the output root 7 plus root 2. So we got irrational number again. So here what the point is, the sum of irrational numbers can be rational or it can be irrational. Now the second note is the difference of two irrational numbers may or may not be irrational. Like if we take another example, if we take the same example, this 3 plus root 5, this is an irrational, we will subtract the 6 minus root 5. So what we will obtain, that this negative, so here it will be 3 plus root 5 minus 6 plus root 5. So here what will happen, this 3 minus 6 will be minus 3, and this root 5 plus root 5, it is 2 root 5. In another way we can write 2 root 5 minus 3. So here this 2 root 5 minus 3 is irrational, and we have subtracted two different irrational. So we are getting irrational minus irrational is irrational. Now if we consider another example, if we take 8 minus root 10, this is an irrational, subtracted by 3 minus root 10. So this here what will happen, 8 minus root 10 minus 3, and this minus minus will be plus root 10. So this root 10 will be cancelled, and this 8 minus 3 will come 5. So here we are getting that the output is rational. So irrational minus irrational can be rational or it can be irrational. Now the third note is the product of two irrational number may or may not be irrational. Like if we take one irrational number 3 minus root 5 and we multiply it with 3 plus root 5, this is also an irrational number. So we know the formula a minus b multiplied by a plus b. So we know the formula, it is a square minus b square. So here also we will apply the same method. So a square, it will be 3 3s are 9 minus square of root 5, it comes 5. So we get the value 4. So here 4 is a rational number. So the product of a rational number and irrational number, we are getting rational number. Similarly, if we take another variable, another example, if we take 3 plus root 2 and taking another 3 plus root 3. So if we go on solving, so we have to multiply the first term with both the values. So it will be 3 3 is 9, then 3 root 3, then we have to multiply with root 2 to both. So it is 3 root 2, root 2 multiplied by root 3 will be root 6. So what we have got? So we got an irrational expression. So the product of irrational numbers can be rational or it can be irrational. Now there are certain questions for comparison or to find the greater. Like if you are asked root 3 root 2 and 2 root 3. So which of the two value is more, or which of the two value is greater? So here if root symbol is there and if no value is there, it means 2, that is square root. So here also it is a square root and here also it is a square root. So this 3 root 2 can be written as under root. Since it is a square root, we have to take 2 times 3 inside, and 1 times 2 is already present. So it can be written as 3 3 is 9, 9 2 is 18, under root 18. And here also 2 root 3, it is also square root, so it can be written under root 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3, or we can write under root 2 to the 4, 4 to the 12. So now you can compare root 18 is greater than root 12. That means root 18 is 3 root 2 and root 12 is 2 root 3. So that means 3 root 2 is greater than 2 root 3. Now taking another example. Suppose we have to compare between 6 cube root 3 and 5 cube root 4. So again here also we will do, since it is cube root. So what we have to do, we will take 6 inside 3 times, since it is cube root and 3 is already present. Here also we will do the same thing. 5 is taken 3 times. So if you solve, you will get 648, cube root 648, and here you will get cube root 5 5 is 25, 25 5 is 125, 4 is 500. So you will get cube root 500. So now you can compare, this value is more greater than cube root 500. That means 6 cube root 3 is greater than 5 cube root 4. Now the next comparison is cube root 4 and square root 3. So in this case, you all know that if under root a is given, then it can be written a to the power 1 by 2. If cube root a is there, it can be written a to the power 1 upon 3. Similarly, since here it is cube root, so 4 can be written, here it can be written 4 to the power 1 upon 3, and it is square root, so it can be written 3 to the power 1 upon 2. Now we will take the LCM of 3 and 2. So LCM of 3 and 2, it will come 6. So you can see here it comes 3 to the 6. So we have to equate the denominator. So to equate the denominator, we have to multiply with 2 here. So we have to multiply 2 with both numerator and denominator. So it will be 2 upon 3 to the 6. Here also, to get 6, we have to multiply with 3 with both. So we'll get 3 upon 6. Now we can express like 4 to the power 2 whole power 1 upon 6. Here 3 to the power 3 whole power 1 upon 6. So square of 4 is 16. to the power 1 upon 6, and it is 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27 to the power 1 upon 6. So now you can check which value is greater. Obviously 27 to the power 1 upon 6 is greater than 16 to the power 1 upon 6. That means root 3 is greater than cube root 4. Now we have discussed each and every question based on exercise 1A and 1B. So till now you complete exercise 1A and 1B, and in the next lecture we will complete the chapter. Thank you.